Okay, everyone. Hello. Thank you for waiting patiently. My name is Nicole, and I am a fourth year undergraduate student at the University of Toronto, and I'm actually also interested in the a Master's of Information at the Faculty of Information. But yeah, nice to meet all of you guys. We're going to start off the tour today. Let me just give you an overview of what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you a tour of the Bissell building. And the Bissell building is where all of your classes would be as a graduate student at the Faculty of Information. Um, and afterwards, after we finish that, I'm going to give you a brief tour of University of Toronto as it pertains to your future. However, if you want a more in-depth version of the tour at the University of Toronto, feel free to go to this link and you can get a lot of virtual tours there as well. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start our tour at the Bissell building, and like I mentioned, this is the home of the Faculty of Information. This is where most of your classes would be. There's tons of resources here and lots of events that are pertaining to museum studies as well. So we're going to start with the seventh floor of the Bissell building. As you can see, there are incredible views here. You can see the city really clearly. On the seventh floor, there are some areas that are only accessible to PhD students who have their study spaces, some offices and lounges. So for master students, your TAs will probably be iSchool PhD students, and this is where they will probably be. However, as a student, the rest of the floor is yours. Key fobs are given to current iSchool students and faculty, so those outside of the faculty don't have access. And your key fob allows you 24-hour access to Bissell and to the classrooms in the building. So we're going to start off with the kitchen here. We have a kitchen on the seventh floor, and this is where you can have access to a microwave, sink, and fridges. And I know this is very important for commuters. So it's really nice to have your own area within your department. And this is why, for this reason, that iSchool also has a student lounge. And the student lounge is a really great place for group meetings, to study, to eat in between classes, or to just like distress and relax as well. The iSchool and U of T as a whole has a really large commuter population. I know myself, I used to commute to U of T every day. So this is a really great place to have a personal space for master students to hang out if you have to stick around for the day. And the lounge has really comfortable seating as well. So I know students just use the space to have their meals or to study or to simply chat. And it's honestly really nice to have a personal space for students. So this is the desk area. And this desk area kind of turns into a meeting space for many of the associations and councils, which can then be reserved for these meetings as well. The cool thing about iSchool is that we have a council for each degree program, some of which include the Masters of Information Student Council and MUSA, which is actually the Masters of Museum Studies Student Council as well. And we also have associations such as the Association of Canadian Archivists and Librarians Without Borders. So you'll have the opportunity to learn a lot about these associations and councils and more about how you can get involved on the annual clubs day as well at the beginning of the fall semester. So getting involved can mean becoming a member of these associations and councils or volunteering to help with the activities they host or simply by participating in the events as well. So within the student lounge, we also have an extra set of microwave, fridges, and a kettle. So overall, it's really great and commuter friendly. All right, we're gonna make our way onto the sixth floor. And the sixth floor is actually where the vast majority of faculty members have their offices. So a lot of your professors will be here as well. It is a bit of a maze, but each office is labeled and there are some signs that can point you to the right direction. Faculty come from all over the world, from diverse academic and cultural background, and it brings you a really wide range of experiences to the classrooms as well. We also have the MISC and the MUSA offices on the sixth floor as well. So yeah, we're going to make our way to the fifth floor. And we're going to enter the Inform, specifically the second floor of the Inform. The Inform is essentially the learning commons here at the iSchool, and this is reserved only for Faculty of Information students. So you guys get secret access. It's pretty cool. It's both a physical and virtual space where users, resources, and services are brought here together. Peeking through the glass doors, you can see that we have this wall space that's frequently used for various class projects, and it's a really great way to see what your fellow classmates are learning in other classes as well. So we have a seating area as well, and they have study spaces up here that are bookable at the Inform desk, but they're frequently used by students before and after classes on the classroom on this floor. So we have 3 classrooms here as well. 507 and 538 are larger classrooms, with 520 being more of a seminar room that is frequently used by PhD students as well. So the second floor of the Inform is, it's really cool because they have these individual study pods, and I honestly love them because they're really in high demand because they're really comfortable. They have outlets, a lamp, a table, and a footrest. And it's honestly perfect because you can study on your own and have your alone space within the library. We're going to enter the first floor of the Inform, which is the 4th floor. This space has a lot of workspace for students. It's not really a typical library where it's always quiet. It honestly depends on what is going on that week, and it's also used for various showcases for class projects and other events. If you do need a quieter space, you can book one of the 3 rooms seen near the Inform desk. And the Inform staff, they're really helpful, and the student services staff is also on this floor as well. So if you need to speak to a staff member, you can definitely just ask at the Inform desk. Now, another thing is that when you pay for your tuition, you also contribute to the MESC and MUSA Tech Fund. And this essentially gives you the ability to check out technology, essentially the way you check out a library book. So that means if you need anything from a laptop to podcasting equipment to chargers, you're 100% covered. So if there's something that you think would be beneficial to your studies, you can definitely make requests for specific technology, and you can check out those items at the Inform desk. So yeah, we also have a maker space as well. And this has lots of cool things too. It has 3D printers and sewing machines that can be used by all iSchool students. It's a part of the KDMI Semaphore project. And this project is essentially aimed at exploring, critiquing, and informing the design of technological device, media, and systems. And it's partnered with a collaborative specialization in knowledge media design. So yeah, if you ever want to access 3D printers, you know where to find it. Okay, we're gonna make our way to the 3rd floor. And this floor holds most of our classrooms, and it's also where our iSchool's workshops take place as well. So let me talk to you a little bit more about what are iSchool workshops. They're essentially workshops that offer academic, professional, and practical skills that can apply directly to your studies or to your career after graduation. We offer a variety of topics from how to create a quality resume to how to use Python. And they're really in high demand throughout the year, and I highly recommend taking them as they're really fun, and honestly, they're useful skills that you're gonna need after graduation. So we're gonna make our way to the 1st floor. This 1st floor, it has lockers, so you can rent it throughout the semester so that especially in the summer, you don't have to carry your coat around or wear your snow boots around. I know friends who have kept extra clothes, gym bags, and items for events in their locker as well. And the larger washrooms are also down here too. And this is the UX lab. Now, I know a lot of you guys here are mainly interested in the Masters of Museum Studies, but as you did hear Sydney talk about, they have a course called GLAM, and that is essentially UX for museum studies. So basically, the UX lab is equipped for the particular learning style that is used by students in UXD classes. So if you are taking a UX course such as GLAM, your key fob will give you access for that semester. So it's really cool because you can access everything that's in that classroom. All right, and now we're going to make our way to the 2nd floor. And this is the lobby as you saw when you walked in, but it also has our largest classroom, which is room 205. And across from 205, there are also offices for the dean, assistant dean, and our admissions and recruitment team, which is us. There are also all the mailboxes for the faculty and staff, which is I guess good to know about. We have the Teal Lab as well. This is also a newest addition to the iSchool, and it's specifically designed for the UX design concentration as well. But like I said, you can definitely take this if you're taking a course in UX design, such as GLAM as well. But yeah, it's cool because the screens on the wall are touchscreen, and you're able to use Bluetooth to connect onto your phone, tablet, or computer. So as one of the world's leading information and knowledge management schools, we are really adept at educating both professional practitioners and researchers, and we also offer exceptional programs year-round in various disciplines. So I really hope you liked this tour of the Bissell building. I'm going to give you now a little bit more of a general tour of U of T itself and how it pertains more to graduate students. So give me a quick second as I just switch. Okay, so just a brief overview. iSchool is the #1 iSchool in Canada. As you have seen in the past presentations, there are a lot of opportunities available here, especially because it's located in Toronto. Toronto has so many museums available. We have the Art Gallery of Ontario. We also have the ROM. So there's so many opportunities for you guys to grow as well. So let's explore campus. One of the main questions would be how exactly you get to the iSchool. iSchool is located on Harvard and St. George, so there's many ways that you can get here. A lot of people usually take the subway, so you can get there on Spadina Station or St. George Station. You can take either or, whichever one is closest to you, I guess. You can also take the streetcar. There's a Spadina streetcar, the 510, that goes all the way down, and you would get off at Spadina and Harvard, I believe. So it's really good if you're looking to stay in the Chinatown area or anywhere on Spadina for that matter. You could also take the bus as well. There's a 94 bus that goes along Wellesley and Harvard. So if you're going to stay in the Harvard Village, that's also a really good idea as well. So a lot of things that you might not know is that the Bissell building is actually inside Robarts Library. And Robarts is actually the largest academic library in Canada. This is where you will have your course reserves, and it's a pickup location for requested books as well. And we also have a cafeteria in Robarts as well. So it's really good because since Bissell is inside Robarts, you have access to food as well. And yeah, we also have a multi-faith space as well. So as for athletic centers, we have 3 at the University of Toronto. We have the Gold Ring Center for High Performance. We have the Athletic Center, which I believe is the closest to the Bissell building. And we have Hart House. They're all located in different areas of the campus, so it's really good depending on where you are at the time. Athletic Center, I believe, is the closest one. I believe it's on Spadina and Harvard. So it's a short walk from the Bissell building. So if you guys are planning to live in Toronto and you want kind of more of a resident style dorm, we have a grad house, and this offers space for graduate students particularly, and it's a really good space for you guys to interact with other graduate students that are not necessarily from the Faculty of Information. They can be in all sorts of disciplines in graduate studies as well. But if you do wish to register, you should definitely do so as soon as possible, as they do fill out pretty quickly. So the School of Graduate Studies, they assist with various administrative needs that pertain to graduate students at the University of Toronto, and they work with student services to ensure that your questions are answered as well, and they hold various workshops and events. Up next, we have the Koffler Student Services Center. This is where you could have access to lots of things such as T-Card. T-Card is essentially going to be your identity as a U of T student. It's going to give you access to libraries and to access like books there as well. We also have the Health and Wellness Center here. I believe it's on the 2nd or 3rd floor, and the University Bookstore, which is where you would most likely get a lot of your books. We also have a career center, and I actually been there before, and they have always been really helpful. We have a graduate student union as well, and they advocate on behalf of graduate students at the university. A cool thing is that you also have free gym access and intramural leagues as well. So that's cool. So the last stop would be Convocation Hall, and this is where you guys would graduate. Convocation Hall is actually the biggest hall at the University of Toronto. I think it could house up to like more than 1,000 students. Fun fact, I had my class here and it was really intimidating at first, but it's really pretty, especially if you're graduating here. So hopefully you guys would be able to graduate here. It's a really pretty place. I know this is where Mean Girls was filmed too, so but yeah, that is essentially the end of my tour. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But if you have any questions, I will be here in the chat. But thank you for coming. Oh, just before I forget, we also have a podcast coming up. Um, if you guys are interested, it specifically looks at different concentrations in the Faculty of Information. Our first episode is going to be on UX design. Um, so if that's something you're very interested, feel free to follow us. Let me put that in. On Instagram, it's iSchool_TO. You can get more information there. And we'll post information about when our first episode is coming up. It's really good if you're interested in looking at different disciplines as well. And we're hoping to have an episode concentrated towards museum studies as well. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone.